because I was not only looking for talents and people who can act. It's very important, yes, but I was also looking for human beings. And this is very important for me, like to understand who I'm dealing with. So there were sessions where I try some scenes with the actors, casting auditions, but there are other sessions where we just talk about different stuff, just for me to understand how they think. And from there, and also I was always trying to observe their body language, how they walk, how they stand up, how they look, the tone of their voice, the different tones of their voice. So all these elements help me to find keys to motivate the actors during the rehearsals and during the shooting.
Thank you so much, Director Amjad, for speaking to Gulf News. Firstly, we are very excited that your festival, the toast of all the film festivals around the world, your Jordanian film, Inshallah Boy, is going to enjoy a theatrical release in the UAE. It's a big deal. It's Jordan's official entry into the Oscars. It's got amazing reviews all over, but enjoying a theatrical run, not so easy, right? So, is this a pat on your back moment?
Yes, definitely. Like now, the film is coming back home to the Arab world, to the Arab audience, the audience that this film was made for them. So it's a big moment. I'm so excited. We did the release already in Jordan, and the Jordanian premiere was in Amman Film Festival, where we got the audience award, which is amazing. It's the first audience award we get, and I'm so happy that it's coming from my country, from the Jordanian audience. We almost got like 30 awards since the beginning of the this journey of the film, since we started in Cannes Film Festival last year with La Semaine de la Critique. And we got 2 awards. And the crazy journey started with the different festivals, but we never got an audience award yet. So it was the missing award, and I'm so happy that it was from Jordan. And now it will be released in Saudi Arabia, in UAE, in Egypt, and soon in Tunisia and Morocco. And I'm so excited and happy that I will share this story with the Arab audience. A scary moment for me because I hope that people will enjoy the film. They will like the film. They will relate to the story and to the character and their struggle. So yeah, it's very exciting moment for me.
Excellent. And it also tackles a very important issue. It's about smashing patriarchy at the end of the day, and also the legal system where the inheritance laws are not favorable to women, especially widows, right?
Mhm.
Everything is lost to them in case their partner dies. What happens if they don't have a male child? If it's a female child,
Mhm.
it's a disadvantage and they don't get any property. How did this idea? I mean, did you have a personal story to this? Because I felt it came from a very personal space.
It's very, very true. So the idea was inspired by a very close woman to me who was almost in the same situation like my main character Nawal,
Ah,
and a woman who dedicated her life for her family, her daughters, and her husband. And when she bought the marriage house from her own money, her husband forced her to transfer the house deeds into his name
yeah.
because for him it was a shame to live in a woman's house. Years later, when he passed away, the family of her husband, they came and they told her, according to the laws, we have a share in the inheritance and we have a share in your house. But they told her also that they will allow her to live in her house.
Yeah.
They were doing financially well. This sentence, we will allow you, raised many questions. And as you said, these questions started with what if? What if they don't? And what if she says no? Is it possible for a woman in our society to say no for some laws and traditions?
Yeah.
And what are her options? So all these questions fueled the idea of Inshallah a Boy.
When you do movies that are on social issues, perhaps it tends to be a bit boring, or there's always a danger of it being like very didactic, like, it's like a lesson, etc. How did you ensure that it's also engaging? At the end of the day, it's good storytelling. It shouldn't be about, oh, I'm against it. How did you ensure that it's good storytelling with a great cause?
First of all, for me, it's a human story. So we're following a human character that dealing with a struggle. At first, I didn't. It was not my intention to do a woman story. I wanted to do a society story because this struggle is not only affecting women in the society; it's affecting the whole society. And I was looking at our society, the Jordanian and the Arab society, where we have some laws that need to be maybe reevaluated, how it's affecting our daily life. How is it affecting our relationship with each other as men and women? So for me, it's a human story from the beginning. And this is how I ensured that this story will be engaging because the audience will be following this character, Nawal, and the other characters in their journey throughout this story that is like somehow has an thriller aspect. I wanted the audience to be on the edge of their seat all the time to
Yeah.
know what she's gonna do next.
Yes.
And this is how usually we make sure that the story is engaging all the time.
No, no, I get what you mean. When I was watching the trailer, I refused to read the reviews honestly because I want to see the movie and I want to enjoy it
Yeah,
without
good.
knowing what people think about it. I don't want to go with any preconceived notions. But when I saw the
Perfect.
trailer, I was like, the woman is also very smart. She's also slightly conniving, which you have to be if you are forced into a situation where survival is key, right? And then you become
Yeah,
smarter. You just become street smart. Was that interesting to create a woman character who's not like a somewhere a carpet on the house where people step on it like a
of
doormat?
course.
Did you
Of course.
very particular that it's a very a fierce protagonist?
The type of this film is a social realism. So the reality was very important for me. And for that, I had to do with the writing team a research for similar cases and different cases actually in the society, in the Jordanian society and in the Arab society. And through this research, I discovered that Jordanian women and Arab women in general, they are all fighters. They are all have strong characters, and they all try to find um, new creative ways to deal with the society, to survive in the society. So I refuse to show Nawal or the woman character in the film in a weak position, in a position where they surrender to the domination. No, they are all fighters and they fight for their rights. It was very important element for me not to take the misery of women and make it like a melodramatic piece. No, it's not true.
When I was looking at the movie, I feel it was made on a very modest budget. Usually, I cover Bollywood movies, which are like massive in scale that way. I mean,
Yeah,
not compared to Hollywood,
yeah,
but still. This one
yeah.
seemed very like no frills. Were you very clear about the budget as well? Like, if a good movie has to be made for an Arab filmmaker, how important are the budgets?
Well, it's very important, the budget, yes. But what's more important for me was the script, the
Mm.
story itself. We took a lot of time to develop the script. And this film was made in 6 years. So between writing and rewriting the draft, the financing, and 2 years of coverage. So I had good time
Yes.
to develop such a story. So budget is very important, yes, of course. Um, but budget will do nothing if the writing is not complete and the characters are not strong. That's why I believe it's a combination between financing, of course, and good writing, and of course the other elements like the crew who's working on the film, the cast, all of that. It took time to make sure that all the elements in the film are working well. I hope with my next film that I will be able to do the financing stage will be easier,
Yeah. Yes.
but at the same time, not my focus for the moment. I'm focusing on
Story.
doing a story that I want to tell, a story that is close to my heart, and it reflects the issues that I want to talk about.
Lovely. And what was your brief to the actors as well? Did you have, what kind of a director are you? Are you the one who tells them what to do and perhaps steers them, or do you have like a clear-cut idea? This is what I want from you, and and this is my vision.
I'm someone who prepares a lot.
Ah,
I
6 years.
work
You
a
had
lot.
time. 6 years, you had good time.
I had good time. No, and with the casting, especially, it took me 2 years to finalize the casting because I was not only looking for talents and people who can act. It's very important, yes, but I was also looking for human beings. And this is very important for me, like to understand who I'm dealing with. So there were sessions where I try some scenes with the actors, casting auditions, but there are other sessions where we just talk about different stuff,
Right.
just to understand their point of view of different issues in the society and in the world, where we can agree and disagree, and just for me to understand how they think. And from there, and also I was always trying to observe their body language, how they walk, how they stand up, how they look, the tone of their voice, the different tones of their voice. So all these elements help me to find keys to motivate the actors during the rehearsals and during the shooting to give
Right.
me the right feeling and the right emotion at the right moment.
Okay.
So I'm someone who prepares a lot.
Yeah.
That being said, it's a collaborative work, definitely. With the preparation I do,
Yeah.
especially with the actors, I did a lot of rehearsals also before the shooting in the pre-production. In the rehearsals, the space and the space was open for them to like tweak some lines. Same thing with the crew, with all the department. It was like it's a space where
Yes.
we all put ideas and think about some ideas, and I agree on some stuff, I disagree on some stuff, but on set, I prefer to go with the plan.
Amjad, what is the state of
Yeah.
the Arab filmmaking? What would you say? Like, I have attended Marrakesh Film Festival, the Saudi Red Sea as well. I've gone to a few in this region as well. So it's interesting to see the Arabic voices. But in your case, do you think there's enough strides being taken? Like, do you see that Arabic filmmakers are having a moment in the sun?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, like last year when I was in Cannes, there were amazing Arabic films, like Goodbye Julia by Muhammad Kurdufani, The Mother of All Lies by Asma Modiri, and Four Daughters by Kawthar bin Hania. And then in Venice, there was Bye Bye Tiberias by Lena Swalem. So we have different kind of films that is coming from different areas from the Arab world, and now we have like a term that everybody is saying, the Arab cinema, that is music to my ears
Yes.
because it reflects. We have like it's a bouquet of filmmakers or films that coming from different regions, and it's also different in genres, different in some of them are fiction, some of them are documentaries. and it's reflecting a lot of beautiful stories and important stories that talks about us as Arab nation. And I think it's very crucial moment to have more voices, to have more filmmakers, more Arab films that coming from our region that reflect our struggles, our tales, and yeah, I think it's never enough. We need more, definitely,
Of
but
course.
I believe that we are on the right track.
Excellent. And of course, you've got the Oscar. I mean, from Jordan, they have nominated your movie. Is it a great, are you really hoping to be a toast of even world cinema? I mean, imagine getting an Oscar. That would be a great moment for Arabic cinema in general as well, right? Not just a personal triumph.
Well, the Oscars is very important, but uh, I'll tell you something. For me, I'm not trying to romanticize what I'm saying at all, but for me, I'm focusing on the story I want to tell. I'm focusing on doing a good film. When I was doing, Inshallah, a boy shooting it or preparing it, of course, I was hoping that it will go to Cannes. It's in the back of my head, but it was not the goal.
I hope the movie also triggers reforms. Sometimes art is very powerful, right? It can trigger reform in people might relook or reevaluate, like you said, the inheritance laws. It creates change. I hope art is a tool there. Somehow your movie does work in that direction.
Well, yeah, of course, we all hope for change, and especially if it's a good change. But I believe that this is not the role of cinema.
Ah,
Cinema is not there to give messages or to change. Cinema for me is more a tool of raising questions. I
yeah, to
believe that,
provoke.
yeah, to provoke people to think and again to reevaluate what has been normalized on us as societies from laws and traditions, and to see if they are working with our contemporary societies. Are we functioning well with these laws and traditions or not? I believe also it's a crucial time for us to raise more questions than giving answers. Or the movie for me starts when people leave the theater,
Ah,
when the ending credits roll and they take the subject of any film and they start to take it to their living room, to a bar, to a coffee shop, and they start a conversation, a healthy one where they can discuss some topics of any movie they watch.
thank you so much. I will definitely watch Inshallah a boy in the cinemas this weekend. So and we'll put the word
Yeah,
out there. I really hope it does good surface business as well.
cool. I can't wait to hear your opinion.
Of course, always I'll message you. You take care.
Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you for your time.